So we were reshuffling the schedule, and I took a look at the end of the week for one of our crews, and we didn't have anything for them. And to give y'all kind of just something to kind of reference, we typically need about $8,000 to $10,000 worth of work for one crew per day. So when we sell, let's say we sell a $30,000 job, that will typically take us about 3 days to get done, sometimes 4. So I walked into Tony's office this morning. I was like, hey, we need work for Thursday, Friday. And then I got a message from Tony this morning, $22,000. We'll schedule it for Thursday and Friday. So we got that booked. So we're good. Sometimes, I mean, that we haven't had that in a while. I would say since February. February, we were like going into Monday and we didn't have work for the following Monday. But throughout March and April, for most of our crews, we're booked 2-3 weeks out. But we actually intentionally do that. We don't want to be booked out further than 2 or 3 weeks because we want to be able to get things started quickly for clients. And that's kind of our edge against our competition, is that we're able to get things started. And on our end, we're always pressured to sell more. And that's why we do such a high volume of work, because of that fact. But we'll see. We'll see if we make it through the year without having a week off. But I would say since I've been in business, since I started in June of 22, but since January of 2023, there hasn't been 1 week where we haven't had work. So far, so good. Let's go check out this job. This is the neighbor's shop. So we're doing this one right now. That's the one with the kitchen and the magnolias. And then we're redoing the entire front yard for this client and the backyard. So we're gonna keep most of this stuff here. But if you notice these pavers right here, Hector, we're actually gonna reuse them. He has a whole pile in the backyard, and we're gonna use that as a border for the bed here. So we're gonna make this bed a little bit wider, straighten it out, and then do the same thing on that side. Put dwarf Yopon hollies here, dwarf Yopon hollies here. And then in the back, we're gonna do, this is the sod guy for this job actually. Hey, Miles.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good, man, what's up?
Oh, doing good. Hey, I was gonna say, are you talking about tomorrow or next Wednesday?
No, tomorrow's good.
Okay.
That's for the Merlin Drive job, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's correct.
Cool.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything was good on y'all's end so I can line up a truck.
Thank you, Miles.
Thank you.
So that's actually the sod guy for this job. So we're ordering about 11 pallets of Palisade Zoysia. It's a thin bladed, I didn't know, but I guess they scraped the entirety. I didn't know they got all this done. The client's funny. You can kind of hold it. But yeah, we got all this scraped. Oh, this is good. So we got the entire, my client's over there, so I don't want to bother them. He's with the project manager. But we got this entire backyard scraped, front yard scraped. They still got to do that side yard. But I'll walk you over to the next job. But if you remember those cast stone pavers, so we placed them all in with gravel, and then we have them covered up because we're running wheelbarrows through here. We got the lights in. I'm gonna walk over here, Hector, make sure client's not around. Ah, ¿qué estás haciendo, Gama? ¿Por qué paraste, güey? Hey, is the gas gone? So come over here, Hector. We actually hit a gas line, and we're gonna get it fixed.
That day, that was too much gas, so we cannot find out. But right now,
is he getting a plumber?
yeah, but right now, the coffee is good. I'm not hoping to do it. It's better, you see. I'm over here in this one.
¿Ya lo pagaron?
You see? Can you smell it? ¿Lo huele? ¿Lo huele?
Did you shut it off?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not supposed to steal the gas from the neighbor.
So what are we gonna do?
We're gonna bring the plumber
Okay.
to make sure.
Yeah. Just be careful over here.
Yeah.
So we yeah, we have
So I've learned.
so we have this just in case, so we're good.
Estaba en la little house.
Oh yeah.
So right
So-
now, we try to clean up.
We were here last week. You had that huge hedge that was right here, Hector, and then we had a shed behind it. I don't think you even looked, but from this point on, it was completely covered. So we opened it up, and we're putting our 3 100-gallon Gamma. She really told you to Gamma. She really told you to put that there.
No, the thing is,
Why didn't you put the Magnolia right here?
no,
Oh, because of the gas.
look, all the system of the swimming pool,
Uh
all in pipe.
huh. Yeah. So we can't put it there.
Right here.
Okay. I think we need to trim. Hey, Gamma. I think we need to trim some of that to open it up. We'll talk to her. Yeah, we'll talk to her about it. So, but it still looks good. Whenever those magnolias grow in, they'll look good. But here's the kitchen. They haven't done the countertop yet. But this is the same material that we used for that spring job. But the veneer is done. All we're waiting for is the countertops, and then we'll come back in, just do some touch-up stuff, get all the appliances in, and then we'll be good to go. Pavers and gravel, and then we're walking it over here. Once we're done with all this prep work, we're going to be putting down new St. Augustine. Augustine over there, Augustine over here. But this completely opened up the entire backyard by pushing back the beds, and then she'll have grass going all the way around her pool, almost, except over there. And then we'll clean up this hedge here, and we're gonna seal the flagstone and the stamped concrete that she has here, and then we'll be wrapped up. I think, unos 2 días más? Today and tomorrow? So Gamma, we're gonna seal this. You're good with that, right? Okay,
Gotta do a power wash first.
that's fine.
We have to level everything over here,
Yeah.
and tomorrow we can lay the grass and then do a power wash.
Y vamos a poner Augustine.
Now, think,
Yeah.
okay,
Let me call Anton.
maybe 2 pallets.
Man,
Hey, Chris. Well, because your people were putting things the wrong places because they haven't been told, so now you don't have to do it twice.
thank you.
But I'm telling,
How you doing, Hector?
doing good.
Nice to meet you.
No, I was just saying that in contradiction to most other this type of crews I work with, you actually have a very good crew, especially your guy Osvaldo. He really knows. I'm not kidding. When these clocked up,
Oh man,
it built up 5 inches.
That's
It was up until
incredible.
here, and just all drains in.
cool.
So, anyways, I was asking Anton, what do we do here? So we're increasing the dirt up a couple of inches up here
Yeah.
because that's too big of a step.
Yeah.
But it's of course extremely important, and I actually don't know how you do that. That it's graded in a way that the water comes down here and there, or we move some
move
of these.
that.
And you don't even have to move it. You could also just leave it there, raise it up, and then if you feel there's one needed over here, we could extend that one. I don't know how many things, because what I was telling
You know what? I don't even think you really need that one there.
Okay, well, as long as you think.
Yeah. What we can do is, you have a pipe right here, running right here, right?
It doesn't run here, it runs to that one, and then it runs out. So that would be an extra pipe to here. But it fall off, as long as the water from here falls down there, this is kind of going to be kind of the continental divide. Then you can save some dirt on putting in here.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Also because otherwise, if you have to grade it from all the way over here, you're going to be high.
So let's get another one then. Let's put
Yeah.
another one here.
Why don't we put in another one here? Or
Okay.
whatever you think, based on how you grade it.
Okay.
What do you think that's going to cost?
I'll just charge you time and materials.
Okay.
So we charge 140 an hour, and then just the material cost. So I
What do
don't
you
see
think
it. I see it being under $1,000 easily.
Okay.
It should be very easy for us to do.
Okay. Good.
But we'll let you know about that. If you're cool with it,
I'm
we'll let
cool.
you know how long it takes.
I personally think we probably need one here. Because otherwise,
maybe not right here. I would maybe right here,
whatever
just to
you
kind
think.
of, because where we put the edging of the bed,
Yeah.
we'll then grade from there. Just try
Okay.
get a slight grade.
Okay.
I think we should be good. I'm I'm surprised it got all this scrape, but we're gonna scrape that right side, Anton.
And that was down, and I think it's good that it comes away from there. It's good that it comes away from here, but so we put this one in. But how do we? Can we kind of grade it so everything falls down here, or?
It's usually from the rod board and from the foundation. It creates a swell.
Yeah.
So it's like this, Christian.
But what about then here, for example? Where will this go? Because some can
Yeah, we'll grade it.
grade it in such a way that what falls here comes either down there or down
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And
well-
the same thing kind of.
Hey, Anton, there should always be a natural grade going towards the street, but also having the swell. So that's kind of what it is. So it's like a swell, and there's always a grade this way.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do. But since it's going to be raised over there, it's going to be really easy to do
Yeah.
because it's going to be so much
Just-
higher.
Just when you grade it,
Uh-huh.
I think the hardest part of this project is the grading. When you grade it, just think about always to the drains.
Yes, of
Because
course,
it also means that you don't have to come back and redo it.
of course, yeah.
Because, a standing water will kill the grass and everything.
Oh yeah.
So, you want to take a look at the front?
Yeah, and Anton,
Yeah.
when we do the edging, get 6-inch, not 4-inch. Because that'll give us more room to grade.
So, I don't know what and you can talk to the neighbor about it too since you're working with them, but I think the property line is here.
Yeah, it's
In the
it's
middle.
where that fence line is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we probably need to take a little bit more off.
Yeah. Hey, and so we're gonna put Christian.
Hi, how are you?
We're gonna put a bender
separation?
board,
Yes.
border.
I think, because they're not changing the grass, are they?
No, they're not. So
Um,
we'll do that because it'll spread into it.
And then, of course, we have over here, again, some grading here because we kind of want this to fluctuate.
Yep.
I would say rather a little higher than a little bit lower. With
Yeah,
the grass.
yeah.
The grass can be sticking up a little bit.
Yeah. The grade of it will touch almost the
Yes,
concrete.
exactly. And the same, and then it's the same. All those rubble, you can remove those.
Mm-hmm.
But then down to here now, there's one there. I wish they had put that one.
Anton, what are we putting over here? Remember the
More of the.
Yeah, we have two of those big tiles.
Oh, yeah.
the pavers?
Yeah.
And I think they need to kind of tilt down so they drip. Otherwise, they're going to be standing water on those.
Yep.
I think 2 of those big pavers.
Well, just two because they're 2x1. They're 2x4.
2x4, yeah.
So that'll cover this one.
Mm-hmm.
So this is put in such a way there should be room for that. And in order for that to, just so we're on the same page, that there's going to be concrete underneath there. Is that correct?
It's set on a Portland cemented sand base, so it's not actually concrete, but
something
it's
that's
compact.
not just dirt.
Yeah, it's a masonry compacted sub base.
And then, of course, I don't know where you want to make the continental divide that flows it down there from here, but obviously we can't have water here. So if you raise it up here, then you probably need to raise it so the rest falls down here. Again, it's a grading. And we have had the reason why we have so many drains is because we've had really big issues with drains here. The whole neighborhood has.
Yeah, I
Because
can
we just-
imagine.
We're in a corridor where when it rains, if you're in Houston, you don't get same amount of rain everywhere.
No.
It's completely different, and we get so much rain.
Yeah.
And
I'm
we only-
surprised you got that much because we didn't get hit with that much.
Oh my gosh, we had rain for 6 hours hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then this part is probably, I think, the hardest to make nice because, of course, we don't want something to go up like this suddenly here.
But that's what you wanted though. You want it to be a berm.
It needs to be, but it needs to kind of be smooth.
Yeah, but it's gonna be smooth. So like where
the
the
way that it reaches this here.
no, but that's going, Christian. Remember that's going.
Yeah, that's going, but
Yeah.
it kind of needs this stays.
Yep.
We're just cutting this off.
Yeah, but the ground's okay. So the ground's gonna be gone. So we're removing this whole thing, so it's
Yeah.
gonna go over here.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about raising it up because otherwise you're going to have too much of a fall. I'm still thinking about raising it up to here.
Okay, then this has to stay
Why?
because it's gonna be
I
exposed.
was just gonna have the grass go higher than the brick there.
But there's gonna have to be like a. I don't think that's gonna work. So you're saying the grass, you're going to have grass and then dirt, where the dirt's going to spill out. Yeah. Because when I build this up, I'm going to build it up with topsoil.
Maybe we need to let it stay.
Let's just leave it then.
Let's just leave it.
Okay.
We can see how it looks.
Sure.
Otherwise
Yeah,
we
and
can
if you want to
leave it
change
later.
it, that's not a huge
Yeah,
deal.
exactly.
Let's just do that so we don't create
because
more work.
it's very. The problem is that this bed that we're putting in here, which I think is a lot of the.
And remember, we're doing a
Straight bed.
yeah with a brown bender board.
Yeah.
But like a square.
Yes.
Oh, with brown binder board.
Yeah, brown.
Okay, so, we're doing. So then you might want brown mulch instead of the black mulch.
He said he liked the black mulch better. You wouldn't?
No.
You'd do the brown?
Yeah.
What is that we have there? Is that black or brown?
That's black.
It's black.
It's just a color thing. It's not one's better than the other.
Okay.
I think with the theme of your home and then what you have,
Okay.
just go with brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason why I want that raised up
Yeah.
is that I can guarantee if we don't do that, then this bed is going to, by time, float.
Yeah. And that's why we have the
Yes.
edging board to retain that.
But it basically means that even if the grass is a little higher than this here, then just put in on this little piece here a line of that plastic.
Okay.
It's very important, I think, we get this flattened out because this stands out in a way where it just doesn't look good.
I agree.
And I've seen it around the neighborhood. It looks really good when there's a steep coming
Yeah.
up here.
I agree with you. Okay.
So that's
Cool.
That's one of the actually main reasons why we're doing all this is that we spent a lot of money on this walkway here, but it looks horrible until it's covered by grass.
Yeah.
And then I don't have one of the rocks, but you had some idea about should I get one of them? One of
What?
the bricks that we're using here? So we can agree on where it is and stuff like that?
Sure.
Yeah, let
Let's
me
do
get
it.
one.
This is good progress, bro.
Yeah, it's great.
This is incredible. I came here, I was like, I didn't think all this was going to be gone. But, ¿cómo estamos, Jose? The end of the day, before we get to the end of the day, let's get those trees in.
Okay.
So have them pause whatever they're doing, 4 o'clock, get those trees in before they leave.
I should get all that bender board in here, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
All around.
Okay.
I think tree source.
Didn't you say you wanted them that way?
Yeah, soldier course.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like this. So what you have right here, this is called soldier course. And then we'll go like that.
And by the way, as you can see, these have all been tipped up this way. So this one is actually different at the bottom. It has these.
It's beveled, yeah.
So
That's what I was telling you, Christian. I think these are slightly different color.
I think that's just because of the
Age?
rain. Yeah, age.
Gotcha.
It's from the same stack.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So-
So
Yes.
we'll do it.
And
So
then where do you think that should be?
right about. I would do it right here because I don't want to make this bed too wide.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's-
So we'll have a dwarf fuel pond right here,
Yeah.
and then we'll leave some room for flowers. I think that's sufficient.
I think that's
Here,
good.
pass me that brick, Anton.
Which one?
Just one of them. So, like that. Yeah, that's perfect. I don't want to go wider.
That's perfect.
Excellent. And then we already talked about this, but we're gonna square it off
Yeah,
right here.
I don't know how
right
as
here.
close as you can. And by the way, we can trim this. It probably needs to be trimmed. I can do it, or you can do it. But
Yeah, I would just go right off the house. And if we got to trim it back, just do that.
yeah, you could also do it with this one, whatever you think is
Okay.
works best.
Then let's just come out a little bit. Anton, we'll do this.
I'll get one more.
We'll
brick.
come right here, and then
Okay.
just kind of
Like 2 feet out.
right off of this. What you
Yeah,
said.
What was your recommendation here?
Okay, I would go right here. And then corner, Anton, I'm gonna toss you this. Line it up with that other one. Nope, this way. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. I think that looks good.
Okay.
So we already have all the bushes at the office.
Well, yeah, all
Yeah.
the plants are there.
Cool.
And I can't remember what we bought. If we could just put them down, let me know once they're here. We can always move them a little bit around.
Yeah.
Of course.
The only thing I can remember we talked about was that those were the sunrise or
Sunshine.
sunshine. They were going to be here,
Oh, the sunshines are going here.
weren't they?
No, you told me on the side.
Okay.
We have dwarf yopons here, and then you switched out those for sunshines.
Okay. Then we're sticking with that.
Are you okay with that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So Anton, sunshines on the back, dwarf yopons in the front.
And then at least we were trying to get something over there that had flowers, and that was the pineapple gouda we talked about.
We talked about it.
But we, whatever you can recommend, we'd like to have something there with flowers in it.
Okay.
Could be white or red, but something that's
Did you-
not just green.
Yeah, we already had the flats at the office.
Yeah, we got white pintas.
Pentas, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Do they have flowers?
Mhm.
Okay.
They will. They will flower.
Yeah, they will flower.
Yeah, I don't think they're flowering right now, right? I think
few.
only a few are.
A few are, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put those in there then.
Yeah, just kind of break it a little bit there.
Cool.
So assuming no rain, when do you think that we're done?
I think Thursday.
Okay, perfect.
I think tomorrow, if there is rain, Thursday, Friday, but if there isn't, we should be good.
I would assume that, assuming no rain, the fact that we got so much rain is actually an advantage
Good.
for the grass.
Yes, it is.
It is.
We got a good soak.
Yes, it did.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Please, if there's any questions, Anton,
Yeah.
I'm one of the last dinosaurs in the world who actually answer my phone every time people call me.
Hey, I like that.
good.
I like that a lot.
So, well, my business requires it. So, I
What's
don't
your
really have a
business? What's your
choice.
business?
I'm a commercial real estate broker.
Oh,
So I basically,
okay.
I help companies with their corporate real estate.
Okay.
I'm basically a cost cutter. Like
Okay.
you would be shocked. So go into a big company with 3,000 employees.
Uh,
These idiots have not even taken the time to go out and see how much of their warehouse they use.
Mhm.
So I go out and look at all their warehouses. I say, guys, you're only 50% full in all your warehouses.
yeah.
And you're paying
A
$1 million in rent per month.
Oh my
What
gosh.
the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
and you know what they say? We didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you go out and take a damn look at your warehouse.
Yeah.
So what we do is we basically guys go in and do that assessment, and we say, we think you can get rid of warehouse 9, 10, 11,
yeah.
and then we take 10%. It's very simple.
Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's a niche.
We only take savings and 10%. And I have never, ever had a client where we couldn't save them minimum 15% of all their costs.
That's incredible.
Wow.
It's just complete waste. Corporate America, you run a business, you probably feel, could we do a little bit better on gas? Could we be a little bit more coordinated?
Yeah.
Wait until you get to corporate America. There's only one thing that's worse, and that's government.
Yeah.
If you think that corporate America is pissing away money, when we get government clients, that's a waterfall.
Yeah.
We see half of the workforce being unproductive because we look at who's actually doing this. How many employees do you have in this warehouse? We got 20. Well, we saw 3 when we were out here. Where are they?
Wow.
It's just complete waste.
You're paying dead people.
They're paying debt.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
You need to join that new agency that Trump.
The Doge,
Doge.
if I had a little bit more money and didn't have to get, none of them get paid. Did you see
Ah.
that? There's actually a Houston oil independent, wild oil catters from Basin Energy.
No.
He has this, he's made tons of money. He lives in River Oaks in a $20 million house. He basically said, I'm retiring, I'm helping Elon for free.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I
I
didn't
don't
know.
have
I didn't
money
know.
to do that. I have a family to feed.
Yeah.
But
But you would love doing that.
I just hate waste.
Yeah.
I don't, it doesn't matter who they are. Like also what I said to Anson,
Mm.
I want you, we have a set price.
Mhm.
If you can make 80% profit on this, you should do it.
Mhm.
You should.
No, but I'll tell you this. I'm happy with the progress. I was actually surprised they scraped everything.
Oh, they
Because
did
it takes
a great job.
sometimes it takes a lot longer than you think. But it's going to go by real quick. Once we get the soil in, it's going to be real quick. But let's get that bender board, and then we'll mark that out for him, and then we'll be able to grade things based off that.
Yeah.
All right. Are we good, Christian?
Yep.
I'm going to head out, man.
And
Thanks for having
always
us.
call me if there's
sir.
anything. The only issue I have is that I can't talk with your people.
Yeah.
Because they're not English speaking.
We're going to have a Gama's crew start over here, or are we going to come back with Waldo for Wednesday?
We can come in with Waldo.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Anton will be.
Yeah.
And Waldo understands it. He just doesn't
He did.
speak it.
Yeah,
But if
exactly.
you have issues, just call Anton directly.
We gave him some
Yeah.
there's a couple of things on the grass they removed that they weren't far down enough, and he also stopped right there at the end of the walkway down there, and I said this needs to go.
Yeah, and we can always have Galma come over and talk with them. Okay.
Yeah. If they have any questions, instead of them sitting around doing nothing, just ask them.
Cool. Sounds good, Christian.
These guys work harder than most of all the people I do, so if they get some guidance, they're very efficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they work hard.
Yeah.
Do.
Thank you, Christian.
Nice meeting you.
Oh, he's fun, dude. You haven't been in the videos yet.
Nope.
Look at him. Look at his getup. Do a EDC getup.
Take a picture real quick.
Oh, right here. So, Anton, how long have you been with us?
A couple months now.
A couple months. So, from day one to now, do you think you've learned a few things?
Yeah, have I? I've learned quite a bit.
Yeah, we kind of just thrown him in the. Well, Matt kind of helped you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt was great.
Yeah, Matt helped me.
So Matt's been gone for the last week or so. He'll come back in late April, but so Anton's been running the show by himself for the last 7-8 days.
It's definitely an undertaking. You definitely have to keep your mind in the right spot.
Yeah, you're like we're always shuffling you're just always shuffling things.
Yep.
Things never go exactly to plan.
Yep.
But what's been like the biggest thing that you've learned that
Kind of just the
coming
process. The whole kind of process from start to finish, you know, what needs to go first,
Yeah.
second, third, and then boom.
Yeah.
Last thing is kind of the grounds work, and then you're done.
and then dealing with clients?
Clients is pretty easy. All you have to do is just, you know, have that kind of friendly but, you know, stern relationship with them so that, you know, they know that you know what you're doing and you know that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and just kind of sometimes talking them off a cliff if they're not happy or they're freaking out.
Yep.
And they're kind of the punching bags between us and the person that sold the job. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's in this industry you learn so quickly. It's like I remember my first 4 or 5 weeks in sales, you just get exposed to so much all at once and you're like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And like the person you were day one versus the person you are just even 4 or 5 weeks later, it's like night and day.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about this job, Anton? If there is one.
Just the whole job in general, because, you know, before this I was working, you know, with Ace Hardware.
Oh yeah.
It's very, you know, I was helping kind of manage like 2 stores. They pulled me off another one because they lost the other manager. It's a very big difference from working, you know, retail to, you know, managing this kind of stuff. Because
Yeah.
when you manage retail, there's only maybe the one thing that happens every week, and it's the same kind of day.
Mm-hmm.
But then with this, you know, it's every day's different.
Yeah.
Every day's new, so you kind of gotta be awake
It's fun.
and be ready.
I like that. It's very true.
Dude,
Yeah.
If you're not ready doing it hits you, you're like really getting off the
Yeah, you're really gonna be in bed not knowing what to do for the next day.
You go home and it'll click. You're like, man, that's what I should have done. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
well, that
happens a lot.
happens a lot.
That happens a
Yeah.
lot.
You're like, yeah, I probably should have told this. I probably should have texted that one person.
Yeah,
Now that's the one thing that we're like, you got to just always be in communication with clients just throughout the day, just to like,
over communicate.
yeah, just kind of keep them at ease. So they're always, because we've lost jobs because of that, you know, and so that's definitely a lesson that we've learned. And it's such an easy thing to say, but sometimes it's really hard to actually do, because if you're having, like, we have 6 jobs going on at once, and sometimes you just like, I'll ask Anton, hey, what about this job? And he's like,
Not a clue.
you have no
Yeah.
clue. And it's just, and then you like remember the name. You're like, oh crap, I gotta take care of that person. But yeah, it's been fun, man. This has been a fun year. But yeah, it's been. I mean, we've had such a nice string of. I've been saying this the last few. We've had a nice string of clients so far.
Yeah.
Like in the last 3 weeks or so. So it's been very. We've welcomed it with open arms. I mean, even though Christian is Christian, he's still really cool.
Okay.
Really cool guy to deal with.
Yep.
And he's still reasonable. So I've enjoyed working with him. He's funny, dude. That's why he's like that, because he's a cost cutter.
He is.
But in my head, I'm like, dude, you don't understand like how happy I am with the progress. Like, this
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only a day and a half into it, and
And all of it's torn
we
up.
got it all torn up. We got trees already here. We're already working on irrigation.
All the
I
plants
mean-
are at the office ready to go.
So we got sod coming in Wednesday.
Yeah.
You good with that, right? So
Yeah,
we're gonna do soil tomorrow.
Because they gotta grade it. Yeah.
How many yards of soil you're bringing in? I was thinking like 18.
18 yards.
Because this is about 11 pallets, but then you got to raise it over there.
Yeah.
So I would start out with like a dozen or 10, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah, I'll tell Manny right now. Wednesday.
Yeah, there's some things like I used to just pre-order everything, and it would create so many issues.
Wait,
All
I
right.
should have the dirt come tomorrow,
Yeah, I would do that because,
huh? What is it?
and I think they can only bring 10 at a time.
Okay. What is it? Just bed mix? Or what's the
It's topsoil.
topsoil?
Yeah, the topsoil is like mixed with like sand and dirt. Are you ready, Hector?
Yep.
All right, I'll catch you later, Anton. So, in reference to the gas line thing that was happening over there at the neighbor's yard, the yellow flags were there to mark it, and it wasn't even in the correct spot. So, even if we called 811 out, had them mark it again, they probably would have gotten it wrong. We probably would have still hit it. But I'm not gonna. We're gonna take care of it. We're not gonna charge the client any more than what's needed. We're gonna take care of it in house. We're gonna have a plumber come by, a master plumber, and he's gonna handle it correctly. But those kind of things happen. Like you're always gonna hit internet lines. You're gonna hit gas lines. Can happen, but you just take care of it. So some people probably will say that you're incompetent. You should have marked it. But even if, like I said, even if we marked it, probably still would have gotten a hit. So. Not a big deal. We barely nicked it. We're going to take care of it and we'll be good to go. We are going to be heading to our project that's in South Memorial. This one is a travertine pool deck. It was featured in the walkthrough with Tony. We were kind of in the middle of the patio and we've pretty much wrapped it up at this point. I'm going to have to turn around here. We pretty much have wrapped it up at this point. I think we still have some sod, a little bit of light landscaping to do, but the entire patio is finished. So I want to show y'all how that turned out. I really like this project because it has the pool deck and then a step up, which I think is always nice. You know, anytime you can add elevation in a backyard in Houston, it really adds a nice element to it. So very excited to share that with y'all. So let's head on over. I love it. I love it. When we do those like diamond formation ones,
Yeah.
that's what we're growing up them most times. So imagine that, just growing up that. Looks beautiful. Wow, this looks great. So, this is what I was talking about with the step down. It looks great. There is some things that we need to fix though. I can already see some things, but overall, it's good. The thing about travertine is that it breaks and cracks around the edges. That's kind of the look. But this is like right here. We gotta change that one out. But we should be fine. Hey, Tony.
Yes.
Where you at?
At the house.
What house?
Mommy Poppies, I'm working. What's up?
We gotta do something about this. And this paver's like not good. There's a couple of pavers that kind of stick up a little bit more than what they should be doing, but overall it looks fine. Are they going to get the sod in tomorrow?
Once they confirm the plants, then I'm going to confirm install date because we were confirming gravel and other stuff. So I'm not going to send any crews or anything until I finalize those things.
Cool. And then she was talking to me about behind the pool, how she wants to do red yucca, potentially.
Yeah, they wanted to do the agave, but I was going to charge them more.
Okay.
All right, sounds
Cool.
good.
Yeah, so I have mud on my boots, so I don't want to walk all over this. Let me try to get this off. Right here, there's a channel drain. So that if we get any directional rain, it doesn't get trapped in between this step and the lower part of the paver patio. So we're just gonna have to wash it off. So that's definitely needed. And then over here, this used to be like a little brick edging, and we just continued the height of it and floated out that way. I think this looks great. I really like this. And we redid the coping and the tiling for this pool. We don't always do that stuff, but if it's a part of a bigger project, then we're happy to do it for clients. It's not our forte, but I think it turned out just great. We used the same type of paver for the coping. Turned out great. We had to do some custom cutting and kind of rounded it out with the angle grinder. And then we did this light blue tile for the tiling. And yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with this. Again, anytime we can add height to a project, it just always turns out great. We're gonna get some planting in as soon as we finalize that with the client. We'll get that taken care of, and then we'll do some punch list stuff around here. But y'all stay tuned. Yeah, so we just got out of lunch. Saw one of our trucks rolling by. If you look ahead, Hector, I think that's them. Yeah, there it is. Let's pull up on them. So that's why our marketing strategy is to just market very close to where we're based out of, and it kind of gives us market density. Also, it makes it really easy for project management because we're not going to be 45 minutes from one job site to another. It's more like 10-15 minutes, and if we have to go back and fix something or we have a little mistake or whatever, it doesn't cost us an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it makes things a lot easier, a lot smoother. But I forgot that we had this other job going on, so we're gonna swing by this job site, check it out. I didn't sell this job, Tony did, but we'll see what's up. So I've never been to this job, but since Tony took proper notes, I have a pretty good idea.
Yes, ma'am. So back here, we're gonna scrape all this. Good elevation here. This is only gonna be new zoysia grass here, new zoysia grass here. We're gonna move this. Define this with a better bended board here. She wants some kind of a flowering bush back here. We're gonna do a walkway from here all the way to here. All this needs more gravel.
Hello, Sana.
More gravel throughout here as well.
Yeah, Tony's always been really good about his notes.
They're gonna be putting a cold plunge right here. So we need to come out at least that far with some black star, and I want to do cast stone 2x2s.
Cool. So now I know exactly what to do. So when I come here to check on the guys and kind of help Tony, I'm able to direct them and I don't have to call Tony. So let's go check it out. I'm gonna check out how they're doing, how the progress is going, make sure we're on track. This is like a 10 to 11K project. In the previous video, we showed y'all another one just like that. Again, never take these for granted. It's always nice. Guys come in, knock these out in one day. Good profit, good job, easy on the boys, and good filler job when we're in between stuff. So let's go check it out. Guys washed the trucks in the morning before you came in, Hector. So everything looks kind of nice. I always like to check if it's locked or not. Oh, pero nada más es 150.
Pues él me dijo que te quiera que iba a ser de 10 por 15.
Oh, okay, está bien.
Un paver así. Y un camino de paver de 2 por 2.
Cool.
Y el patio.
Oh, son dos patios.
Sí, ahí es más arriba de un camino de paver de 2 por 2. Y aquí va a ser un círculo.
Oh, okay.
Lo va a hacer de cuadrado de 15, 10 por 15 y de ahí lo voy a cortar. Un radio le voy a dar.
¿Cuántos días tienes aquí?
2 días me dijo.
So it's actually a 2-day job. There was a change order. We're gonna be doing interlocking pavers along with steppers. Paver patio here, steppers that lead to a circle, and then the rest is gonna be sod. So this next job site we're going to, we got it from an Instagram post that we made about a job that was on the same street. And I think when I spoke to this client over the phone prior to going and meeting him, I didn't sell this job, but prior to going and meeting with him, we had told him, hey, we did this job, and this is one of the jobs that we did in the front yard as well as the back. But he was able to see our front yard work, I'm pretty sure. And I think that's what helped sell him. And also he saw that we had done a Waverly Street project on our website. So that's what kind of helped us sell this job. So we're gonna go head over there, check that out. Stay tuned. All right, so like I was telling y'all earlier, this is that job we did back in February. We redid the parking pad, put down new steppers, refreshed the gravel. We did like a really nice paver band. This was done like 2 months ago, so it still looks really nice. And then Hector took final photos. We did a final walkthrough, and we did the whole backyard. So I was able to show him. And I'm gonna turn around real quick. Oh, dude, look. Okay, so Tony, we have this new AI software for recording. I'm not gonna share with you the name of it, but this recorded the entire conversation that he had with the client, and it summarized it for us. And so all Tony had to do was click record. It summarized the whole thing, and then he just copies and pastes it right here. So it has all the notes. Like I said, Tony does a really good job taking good notes, and it's the entire conversation. So if like you said one thing and the client said that you said another, we have a recording of it. And then let's see what the job is.
So we're just going to take all this out. The pet turf will go up to here, square off the beds, do 5 2x2 cast stones, pearl whites, all the way throughout here, all the way to here. The beds are going to be lined up, just 86Ds. And the new fence from here all the way to here. Do a rock board with a 7-foot picket, and then a cap from here all the way down to here, and then here.
So Tony will never step on this job site because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. And it's because he took good notes, took a good video. It's very, very specific, but very quick. So we can just, all of our crews have the ability to see the videos to the jobs that they're assigned to. And so he's able to, the crew lead was able to see that video, and he doesn't have to ask any questions. Let's go check on things, man. Let's go check on things. Oh, is it oh, here we are. Hey, ¿cómo están? ¿Está allí mi Winnie?
No, güey.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien.
Ok. Nada más, estamos haciendo de cerca. ¿Cómo estás? Ah, ahí está mi Winnie. No, estamos en la telenovela. Estamos, what are we doing?
Jugador playeras, Cotillo. Me veo muy mal con este de la competencia.
So we're putting in the new posts for the fence, and then like you saw in the video, we're going to straighten this out, put a bender board edging, and then the rest of this area is just going to be the artificial turf. So if we had an agreement where it's just, I'm going to pay you daily, we'll buy all the materials, the risk in that is like if you under order, over order, you're the one that's at risk. You either have to get rid of the excess material, or you have to go get the rest of the material, and that guy's sitting there doing nothing. But when you have a turnkey contractor, they can go, and they're the ones that are totally at risk. So the job takes 4 days. It doesn't cost any more it doesn't cost any more if it was just 2 days. So if he gets it done in 2 days, he gets paid the same as he gets done 4 days. But if you do the agreement where you're paying them by the day, you're at risk, and you're at risk for the materials. Or another agreement that you can do is a fixed labor cost, and then you buy all the materials. The problem with doing that is underestimate the materials. You can screw yourself that way. So when you do it the turnkey way, it's the cleanest way to do it. You don't have to get involved with purchasing and ordering, and that's it. You just have to kind of manage the schedule and also put a little bit of pressure on them to make sure they get it done in a timely manner and that they aren't dragging their feet. So we stay on top of them regardless. But this crew, we have 2 crews with this one guy, and they do excellent work, and it's the same standard of work that we do with our in-house crews, and they do an excellent job. So yeah, we're gonna go to another job site that they are doing as well. All right, so now we're in a townhouse community. We did a, we're doing a turf. Actually, no, it's not turf. It's pavers and black star gravel. Hold on, are we in the right neighborhood? Hold on, brother. Oh yeah, we passed it up, bro. Okay. Let's make it sure. Yeah, so we're doing gravel and Belgard Dimensions 12 pavers. Collinstown, I can't remember. But I didn't sell this job. One of our previous employees, Zach, who's no longer with us, he actually sold this project like the day before he left. So thank you to Zach for still working through. He did a good job. The dude worked until his last day with us. There was never any, he set us up good. There was no animosity between the two parties. Everything was good, very cordial, and he worked till his last day. So thank you, Zach. But yeah, he sold this job, like I think just last week, and we're gonna go check it out. Again, I wanna reiterate this, the note taking, very, very crucial. And I'm gonna show you the video.
Here's the notes. Here's what we got going on. So we're gonna be doing gravel and pavers. So we're gonna do black star gravel and pavers coming down the house here. We're gonna continue the black star gravel. So, and then in the middle, we're gonna do some Belgard pavers.
And do pavers like and then gravel around it.
Surface area in the middle.
Okay, and then he did, thank you again, Zach. He did a little sketch up. He didn't have to do this, but Zach would do this from time to time to land jobs. But he did a little sketch up. So these are the pavers. We're gonna do gravel and then a paver patio in the middle. So it's very, very straightforward for us, very easy. And again, like he didn't have to send me this video. It's on our CRM system. It's saved in the notes. Anybody, the PM, the foreman, myself, Tony, we can see it, you know? So that's what's great about this system that we have. So let's go check it out. So we are doing turf back here. Look.
So,
hold on, let me cover up the pricing. So we're doing nylon turf here. Yeah.
so nylon.
We are doing turf.
All
Thank
right,
goodness.
So let's go.
We're good. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing gravel here, like shown in the video. And then, vamos a poner turf allí, ¿verdad?
¿Cuál?
El artificial turf. Okay.
Y le iba a decir, es como...
¿Ya viste esta foto?
Oh, el corte.
No, mira. Ya viste esto, ¿verdad?
Ok, perfecto.
¿Ya la tienes?
Sí, ya lo
Ya la
tengo.
tienes, ok. So nada más vamos a poner el turf, ¿dónde? ¿Aquí? Se va ahí como así, ¿verdad?
Más de aquí.
Okay, and then this one goes there?
Sí. Ya de ahí para allá.
Hold on. Mira. So 2, y ese se mueve.
Pero le vamos a poner otro, dijo, porque no alcanzan los 6 pulgadas.
Ajá.
Y tenemos que poner otro. Este así.
Okay. And then the turf goes here.
Y el otro también así. Y luego el patio ya.
No. There's not 2 rows.
Ok, nomás.
¿Quieres que te mando esto?
Es que ya lo tengo, creo. O mando.
No, enséñame.
No, ya lo tengo.
Okay. Mira. 2. And then the row 1, 2, 3, 4. So the turf goes, el artificial turf va aquí. Ese no va aquí.
Okay.
Se va 1, 2, 3, and then patio starts here.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, perfecto.
¿Estamos bien?
Sí, estamos
Okay,
bien.
gracias.
Okay.
So we were just discussing the configuration. You know, because what that little drawing that Zach did, that was more conceptual. That wasn't a proper 2D. So there's a little bit of adjustment that needs to be made, but we adjusted it. All right, we're good to go. ¿Sí? Yo te puedo dar. Dame un chance.
Sí.
Okay. Gracias, amigo. Those guys are awesome, bro. We put that order in probably 2 hours ago, and they dropped it off for us. And it's because Tony has a really good relationships with the owner of the nursery, and sometimes they'll hook us up even like if we just need like a couple trees or whatever. Sometimes he'll just give them to us for free, and their service and the speed is incredible. So all right, so I just booked that meeting for Tony. He's gonna go out to see that tomorrow. That seems like a good one because whenever somebody sees us on Google, they see all of our reviews, they see our website, and then it's always a plus when they see our YouTube. And then because it gives the customer more trust, because they're going to see Tony in those videos, they're going to see me in the videos, they'll see our other reps in the videos. So when we send somebody out, they already like know us, or at least it feels like they know us. But anyways, man, we went to visit 3 or 4 jobs today, right, Hector? Or maybe even 5.
5, I think.
And we just didn't go to the one in Spring because there wasn't too much progress on that. That job with the patio cover and the spa, we're going to try to make a big push to get a lot of that done this week, and then hopefully have that wrapped up by the end of next week. And then the other jobs are going well. And thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.